Hi, my name is Jace Parks, and I am here with Coach Driskell, the head coach of the baseball team here at Green Valley High School. I'm going to be asking him a few questions on baseball. What is one thing you look for in a baseball player?
It's a good question. I think in general, I mean, I think the easy answer is talent, but I think coachability. Um, I think there's obviously some raw skills that you have to have in terms of being able to play, um, and then just, obviously being able to grow and learn and to grasp onto things. Anybody that is eager to learn and do better at anything that they do is going to be someone that anybody would want on their team, as part of their workforce or anything like that. So I would just say a desire to get better would probably be, it's not the end all be all, but it's a massive bonus when it comes to someone who's got the ability as well.
All right, my second question is, what does a typical day or week look like for a player?
Like during the spring season, you mean?
Yeah.
So typical, probably 2 to 3 times a week, we'll probably meet in the morning. We will, probably be up at school, 6:30, 7 o'clock. And that could, really depend on, your position. And then obviously normal school day, depending on whether or not we're back in full session or not. But then after school, they're going to have practice until 5 or 5:30. There's an occasional time when it would go to 6 o'clock. And then there's probably anywhere from 2 to 3 and sometimes 5 games a week where, they're going to be up here, for 2.5, 3 hours just with the game and the preparation and cleanup and stuff like that afterwards.
Okay. My third question is, how will you describe your coaching style?
My coaching style, I think I try to let the guys play. I'm probably a little bit. I think some of the players would probably think I'm a little bit more maybe a player's coach, but I'm not a domineering, demonstrative kind of leader. That's not generally how I do that. I think there's times where everybody needs to be pushed and there needs to be a firm hand, but that's not typically my style. I tend to do all my coaching during practice time, and then during the game, it's really kind of more of what I would call just the application of what we've been working on in practice. And there's obviously going to be some coaching and stuff like that, but I would say I try to be as patient as I can, and I would hope that the guys would probably describe me that way.
Okay. And then my last question is, what are the off-season expectations for a player?
I think my off-season expectations would be, I would hope that there's at least a 3-month period where you're getting away from the game. I think if you want to hit, that's fine, but I think there's got to be at least a period where you're resting. I think right now, culturally, there's too much pressure for parents to think that, like in the summer, they got to have their son play on a team that's, an elite team, and so I got to spend all this money, and we're going to play in 10 tournaments, and I think there's too much going on, and so I think a massive expectation that I would have for guys is to find a period of time where they're not throwing a ball, where there's rest, and then obviously ramping up in preparation. You need to be, our tryouts are in March. I think that if you're waiting to get going until mid-February, you're probably catching on a little bit late. I think you need to probably start swinging the bat in early January, probably playing some catch, getting your arm ready. In the off season, after the season, I think that's an opportunity for guys to gain strength. They need to be involved. We have obviously a great, workout program in the summer. I think you find out who really loves it or who doesn't by who's willing to get up and sacrifice and really find ways to to get their body better to where they can control that aspect. You can't control the bounce of the ball or how, the way someone else pitches to you or the batter you face, but you can control some dynamics of your body. And so I think that would be an expectation, is that you're trying to do something to better yourself physically.
All right. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, hey, absolutely. Thanks, Jace.
Yep.
All right.